Good afternoon and welcome to the September 4th Committee of the Whole meeting, which I will now call to order. It is a council meeting, not a committee meeting. Are there any declarations from members of council? Seeing none, I will share our land acknowledgement statement. Town of East Gwillimbury recognizes and acknowledges the lands originally used and occupied by the First Peoples of the Williams Treaty First Nations and other Indigenous peoples, and on behalf of Council, I thank them for sharing this land. We also acknowledge the Chippewas of Georgina Island First Nation as East Gwillimbury's closest First Nation community and recognize the unique relationship the Chippewas have with the lands and the waters of this territory. They are the water protectors and environmental stewards of these lands, and we join them in these responsibilities. Item D is deputations. We have none at this time. Item E is presentations, none at this time. Item F is committee recommendations to adopt the Committee of the Whole recommendations from the meeting held on July 23rd, 2024. I would ask this be moved by Councillor LaHaye and Councillor Roy DeClemente. All those in favor? And that's carried. Item number 2, to adopt the Committee of the Whole recommendations from the meeting held on July 25th, 2024. Do I have a mover and a seconder? Councillor Crone, Councillor Pels. All those in favor? And that's carried. We're at item G, adoption of minutes, to adopt the Committee of the Whole minutes from the meetings following meeting held on July 23rd, 2024, meeting held on July 25th, 2024. I have a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Foster, Councillor Johns. All those in favor? And that's carried. Item 2, to adopt the minutes from the following meetings. Special meeting held on July 23rd, 2024. Regular meeting held on July 23rd, 2024. And regular meeting held on July 25th, 2024. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Johns, Councillor Crothers. All those in favor? And that's carried. Item H, correspondence for consideration from D. Menechella, dated July 19th, 2024, regarding the permissibility of multiple dwellings on the property municipally known as 18865 Kennedy Road, Sharon. I have a mover and a seconder. Councillor,
happy to move.
Councillor Crone, and I'll just get a seconder, and then Councillor Foster. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you to our staff. I've been chatting with this resident for, I think it's about a year now, and I think we've had some back and forth. And once again, it's a conundrum we have with the Oak Ridges Moraine. He has two residences, or two structures, I'll call it, two dwellings on his property. One is now, I think, designated as a pool house. It's unfortunate that I've been in the house. It's beautiful. It's unfortunate that I can't rent it out. I know it's not our doing. It's the Oak Ridges Moraine. I'm just wondering if we could kick this back to staff to look at it once again to see if there's anything creative that we might be able to do. You know, when we have a shortage of rental housing, and we have somebody here willing to rent it, and he wants to do it the right way. A lot of other people would just do it quietly and not tell anyone. He wants to do it the right way, and so I'm appreciative of that. I'm just wondering if it's worth another look to look at this to see if there's something that could be done, changes, zoning amendments, it's something that we might be able to do. I'd like to know that we've exhausted every angle before we give an absolute no. Happy to hear response back from CAO or Development Services.
Through you, Madam Mayor, yes, we can certainly look into it. I acknowledge the challenge when it's located in the Oak Ridges Marine Corps area, but we'll certainly have another look and get back to you.
Thank you.
We are at,
Need a vote on it.
sorry. Yes. All those in favor? That's carried.
Thank you.
Item J are bylaws. There we are. Development Services Memo, Part Lot Control Exemption Bylaw, Countrywide Homes at Queensville. I have a mover and a seconder, please.
Happy to move.
Councillor Crone, Councillor Hay. Be it resolved that the Development Services Memorandum dated January 4th, 2024, entitled Part Lot Control Exemption Bylaw Countrywide Homes at Queensville, Inc., PLC 2406 be received. All in favor? That's carried. We are into bylaws. Bylaw 2024-64, being a bylaw to exempt certain lands from the park lot control provision of the Planning Act pertaining to the portion of the lands within the Queensville Properties Phase 4 Plan of Subdivision File 19T14003, Block 150 on Plan 65M 4760 Countrywide Homes, Queensville. And this is in relation to item 1. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Crothers? No? Sorry. Councillor Roy de Clemente? Councillor Foster? All those in favor? And that's carried. I'm at item K, which is other business. Do we have other business at this time? Councillor Crothers, go ahead, please.
Thank you. I'd like to ask to waive the procedural bylaw so that we can get an update on Holland Hope, which has just come out of the Land Tribunal, and I think it's timely to get something on the record for the public, a quick update from Manager Beijing. So I put a motion on the floor that we waive the procedural bylaw to allow a quick update on Holland Hope.
All those in favor? Opposed? It's carried.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. Yes, confirming that we did receive a decision from the Ontario Land Tribunal. The appeal that was put forward by Holland Hope General Partners, Inc. was upheld by the tribunal, which means that their development can proceed. I note that through the appeal process, their application was amended, and we will be sharing the details of the amended site plan with council as part of an update memo at the next meeting of the Committee of the Whole. I note that while the appeal was upheld, there are still, the decision indicates that they have to satisfy the conditions of the zoning bylaw amendment, and full approval will not be granted until they're successful in securing allocation, a servicing allocation, which at this time the date for when servicing allocation may become available is unknown, as all of our available allocation has now been assigned. That being said, we still will be going through the site plan control process, and there will be conditions attached to that, when this development does proceed, to ensure that it addresses the concerns that were raised with regard to things like parking and access and the lot coverage, those types of things. So this more detailed memo will be shared with members of council at the next meeting.
Thank you very much. Questions? Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I know there's been, you know, the neighbors of the proposed development were quite upset. Would it be worthwhile to do some communication on our own, just to clear the air, make sure everyone understands precisely what happened, so that I think there's been some miscommunication out there, and I think it would be helpful to clear it up.
Certainly, through you, Madam Mayor, we have started that conversation with our communications team. I note that our communications director is on vacation this week, but we will be moving forward with preparing both some speaking points for council, should you have any questions that residents have, and then we can also provide a bit of a summary of what took place and what the implications may be for residents, so that they can understand that this was a decision rendered by a provincial body and outside of the influence and control of the municipality.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Just a motion to receive that verbal update.
Thank you. Seconded by Councillor. Go ahead. All those in favor? And that's carried. Thank you very much. We are at confirming of the bylaw. Moved by Councillor Crothers, seconded by Councillor Foster. All those in favor? That's carried. And we are at M for adjournment. Moved by Councillor Crone, seconded by Councillor. All those in favor? That's carried. And we would adjourn our meeting at 2:12. Thank you. All those in favor? And that carries. Thank you very much.